These are the badass boys who protect the girl they love. Here are 10 action romance anime with a badass guy. Let's go. Number 10, the demonic king who chases his wife.
你不要怕，我不会害你。不动，没了。
敢吃我豆腐。
If I need to sum up this anime in one sentence, then it's stubborn girl versus stubborn boy. No, seriously, that's what this anime is all about. On one side, we've got an empress named Shi, who was a renowned assassin. Her husband is Emperor He. No, don't look at me like that. Whoever made this anime clearly lost all creativity when naming characters. Anyways, this He guy bullies the She girl, but She girl is more stubborn than he thought. As for the good things about this anime, 1. We have a main female cast who isn't some damsel in distress. 2. The plot gets really interesting along the way. And 3. Since this anime is Chinese, the art style is going to be very pleasing. Before heading out to watch this anime, remember the episodes are only 13 minutes long, so you can watch 2 episodes at a time. Number 9, Siri Gensuki Spirit Chronicles.
死んだ母に習いました。そう、教養のあるお母様だったのね。はい。 優しくて温かい人でした。
Time for an isekai to creep into this list, and when the guy is a badass, we all know how overpowered he's going to get by the end of the story. The premise is something we've heard a million times before. There's a poor guy, but the poor guy is overpowered as hell. He goes to an academy. Everybody treats him bad, but he still wins the heart of some girls.
ちょっと生徒相手に騎士があんなに本気で。
One great thing about this show is its fast pacing. It quickly moves from one event to another and maintains that constant level of tension. This is also one of the few anime that takes time to explain why the main characters are overpowered instead of just showing them beating the ass of every villain. If you love some good magic and a main character who loves to surprise his villains with that magic, then this is the show for you. Number 8, Arcana Famiglia.
安心しろって。俺が必ず勝ってパーパの座をいただく。そうすりゃ。
私はリベルタの花嫁？
え？
Now this one's premise is cool. What if you added anime to a movie like Godfather? Clearly this anime cannot be compared to Godfather, but think about how cool a concept like that would be. Here we have mafia members who possess supernatural abilities. The leader of the mafia, a guy named Mondo, decides to retire and keep a tournament to see which of the mafia members can take up his mantle.
そういうのをありがた迷惑と言うんだ。可愛くねえ。 お前に可愛いと思われても困る。
But where does the romance come in? Turns out, who wins this match also gets to marry Mondo's daughter called Felicita. There are times when the story dives a bit into the reverse harem genre, and at other times it's full of these action-filled fights where supernatural members kill each other. Oh, and the daughter doesn't want to marry anyone, she wants to be free. But I doubt that's going to happen. Number 7, Strike the Blood.
ちょっと。
いやらしい。
What do we have here? We've got a tsundere, we've got a vampire. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting show. This follows the high schooler Kojo Atsuki and the various misfortunes he falls into. Despite not being known by him, Kojo is actually a powerful vampire and is powerful enough to destabilize the power of the 3 ruling protagonists who are the rulers of the world. So, a girl called Yukina is set to monitor him, and the anime follows the adventures of this duo as they meet their own enemies and find other allies on the island.
ヒメラギユキナ。
はい、何ですか？
どうしてここに？
それはこちらのセリフです。
The plot of this show isn't anything praiseworthy, but it knows how to sprinkle romance here and there and also give us some great action sequences. And that's enough to keep me hooked on the show. Number 6, The Grand Lord.
刘二少，你是没吃饭吗？
我就不信轰不死你！
Premise of this anime is big. I mean, look at this whole synopsis. It says there's a marital realm, a heaven temple, a northern desolate hill, and about a boy facing his destiny and all that. But then you watch the anime and think, oh, it's about one Chinese dude fighting several other Chinese dudes. And we get romance along the way as well.
牧人，你怎么了？
不要过来！我体内有一股诡异的力量，我感觉我无法控制它。
But even though I made the premise as simple as possible, there are a lot of good points about this show as well. The story is cooler when you get invested in it. The characters are amazing. And oh my god, look at these fight scenes.
大佛同学，注意！
So yeah, go watch the anime if you need some great action and a Chinese romance. Number 5, Engage Kiss. This one was released last season, so it's obvious that the art and animation is going to be better than everything else. But the question is this show engaging just because it has the word engage in the title? It's definitely better than some other action anime I watched. And it also has some sweet romance sprinkled on top, so that's extra icing on the cake.
綾野さん、悪い。少しだけ時間稼いでくれる。
さっさと済ませなさい。
Here we go to Byron City, where every citizen is promised a luxurious and comfortable lifestyle. But there are demons who are a threat to humanity, and our main character, Shu Ogata, fights off these demons with his demonic partner Kisara. This is one of those animes where the girl's a badass and the boy's a badass, so get ready for some love with a badass guy and a pink-haired yandere. Number 4, Love of Kill.
並んで歩いてくれなきゃデートにカウントできないよ。 別の日に仕切り直す
Time for two assassins to fall in love. Here, our female assassin named Chateau finds an assassin even stronger than her named Song Ryungha. Ryungha soon decides to show his affection to her by giving her targets to kill. I know, not the best way to ask a girl out on a date, but these two are assassins, so consider this as a part of their culture.
あ、そうだ。ちょっと待って。一つだけ確認させて。
は
Love of Kill is all about bringing back some old tropes, putting a fresh spin on them, and giving us a love story that is brimming with love struggles and assassination missions. This is for the Josie demographics, so know what you're heading into. Overall, I really enjoyed this anime. This won't have any flowery romantic moments like in a shoujo anime, but our guy sure knows how to show his love to the girl. Number 3, Takt Op Destiny. Madhouse and Studio Mappa working together on an anime original show? That was every anime's fan's dream coming true. And the studios didn't disappoint us. The animation here is gorgeous. The character designs are fleshed out, the fight scenes are really epic, and it's all carried by a nice story with a little romance here and there. On the surface, the whole show might look like an alien versus human story with a badass guy and a girl at the front, but as you move forwards, the mystery starts to kick in. In terms of romance, this show doesn't feature a lot of romance like many other shows on this list, but it features it as a minor subplot at the end of the story. And even if you don't go for the romance, you can still enjoy the action of this show. Number 2, Record of Grand Crest War.
いいけどね。
それでは参りましょうか。
どこへ？
戦争です。
This is another anime I've recommended a lot of times, but for good reason. Here, we have the beautiful Solucia Meletis finding a way to defeat the Demon Lord and impending chaos. And on the other hand, we have the skilled Theo Cornaro who wants to liberate his village from evil. The two join forces and decide to free the world while also defeating the other political rivals. There is a ton of politics in this show, and that is what makes this show fun to watch. The characters also stand out rather than being cardboards who are used to push forward the plot. Theo is the overpowered character who doesn't hesitate to rescue the lady when needed, and rather than being another damsel in distress, Seleucia is actually a smart girl who pulls off political schemes to climb the hierarchy. If you need a nicely done action romance anime that ticks all boxes, then this is the show for you. Number 1, Twin Star Exorcist. The story here is pretty simple. Here, we meet Benio Adashino and Rokuro Emandu, two exorcists with the duty of dealing in all impurities that reside within Magno. Benio is a skilled exorcist recognized by many. As the solution causes Benio and Rokuro to meet, Benio realizes that Rokuro's talent rivals her own, as they both start working together, and the two of them soon get the name Twin Star Exorcist.
大丈夫つかありがとう何これ地図この星印のとこに行きたいのか
Even though the premise of the show is simple, the characters in the fight sequences are much more complex. Each character has their own tragic backstory, and as for the fights, well, I'll let the fight scenes do the talking. Overall, 10 out of 10 anime, and if you don't watch this, why do you even exist?